there, I'm Sage and welcome to Sage Does Crafts. Today we are going to be finally finishing the 3-part series that I've had on my channel where we check out SHEIN crochet kits to see if they're even worth it. And so I've been pretty secret about what this is, but it is a really large bag and I'm finally going to show you guys what it is. It is a 2-pack with 2 little dash hounds, so you get enough yarn to hopefully make 2 of them, and hopefully I will get a good pattern. Because if you've seen my other videos, you know that these SHEIN crochet kits do not have a very good track record. One of them was actually pretty good, didn't have enough materials, but I got a solid pattern out of it that was well worth it. And then the other one was not good at all. So I'm very curious. This is from a different brand. It was in different packaging than the other 2. So I'm hoping that this one is better, but we are about to find out. So we are going to go over to my desk and see what is all inside this crochet kit. Okay, let's get this puppy opened up so we can make our puppies. No way! Okay, I am instantly way more impressed. The ergonomic hooks, oh my gosh, a little needle case, and these cute little scissors. Man, they really spoiled me with this one. I should have been buying from this one the entire time. Those other ones were crap. Okay. Oh man, there's so much yarn too. But it does feel like that other yarn, so I do not have high hopes for this. Ooh, an actual regular skein. Okay. Oh, here's the little car. Oh, good. I'm not gonna show that, but here's our stuffing. Here's the smallest amount of stuffing that they could possibly fit into a single bag. So it in fact only came with a QR code to the pattern. So apparently they have a video tutorial and a step-by-step tutorial. So I'm going to have to risk it for the biscuit and scan one of these QR codes and hope that I do not get scammed or get a virus or something. But so far, I am super impressed, at the very least, with the materials here. This, I am going to bet my life that this will not be enough for even one of them. But here we have all of our yarn. Let's bust this open. Oh, jeez. Get away from here. Okay. In this bag, it looks like we come with these adorable little safety scissors. We come with some needles, both a metal and a plastic. Of course, these 2 very nice little ergonomic hooks that are very dirty for some reason. Not gonna think about that one too much. But these are both 2.5 millimeter. They give you 2 of them, I'm assuming for both projects, which is really nice. We have got an overabundance of eyeballs here, in case you lose one. Wow. Looks like they gave me 8 sets, not 8 sets, but 4 sets of eyes, so a backup set in case you lose some. These actually look pretty banged up, actually. But they don't look that bad. They look pretty good. These backs look a little questionable though, but that's most safety backs. Back away with you. And then of course we get a bunch of little safety markers. Ooh. Okay, they feel pretty nice. Okay. Moment of truth. Do these even work? No. Come on. You're kidding me. Okay, I'm kind of sad now. These do not work at all. They do not cut anything. So if you'd like to pretend you're giving your yarn a haircut, I guess these are it. These are a complete fail, and I already am sad and disappointed. They barely cut at all. So, love that for me. Okay. Now that we have all of our supplies here, we are going to be moving back to the bed and getting started with this project. Okay, we are back. I scanned the QR code on the back of this, and it took me to a Google Drive that is just like several pages of pictures of what I think would have been a pamphlet that they would have sent inside for the little dash hounds. So hopefully nothing bad happens, but we will see. I mean, the little book that they have pictures of is, I mean, it looks fine so far. I don't see any issues with it. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So they sent me 4 colors. Sent me these colors. And I think based on this photo, this color, or this black and this tan go together. And I think this brown and this brown go together. But I'm not quite sure if I like this black with this tan. I kind of really like this tan with this caramel color. So I think even though this is the instruction, I'm gonna change it because I just kind of like the contrast of these 2 colors, and I love these 2 colors together. So I think I'm gonna do that instead of following the book. But I can tell you this yarn is like super soft, but based on my experience with that other yarn, I am scared. I am very scared. This stuff frays to crap, or at least the other stuff that feels just like this frays to crap. So wish me luck. We are gonna start with the body for the black and brown one. Okay, one thing that I will already say starting this pattern is that it seems to work not quite in the round, but where at the end of every round you chain 1 and like slip stitch, you know, to create like that flat round. I personally hate that. I don't know if I explained that properly, but hopefully you know what I'm talking about, where they join rounds together instead of having them spiral. I personally am not a fan of that. I'm not gonna do that. I don't care. I'm not gonna do that. It's not today. Not this project. Not with this tiny ass yarn. Okay, we are finally done with the little muzzle here. It's actually looking pretty cute. I will say the amount of times that I had to change color was enough to entirely stuff this muzzle. You just pop it inside out. I may not need stuffing for the muzzle because it's I've got it full of yarn here. Also, I will say, I think that the black and brown yarn must be different kinds of yarn, because the light brown yarn here is way thinner. You can see that. Way thinner than this black yarn. And also, this black yarn doesn't split or fray nearly as much as this. So I'm glad that they sent this black. It's nice. It's better than this crap, which probably means that the other one is going to suck, but I'm not looking forward to it. It's going to be entirely crap yarn. At least this is mostly pretty nice. I actually do enjoy this yarn. It doesn't fray. It works. In comparison to garbage, it glows, you know? But other than that, I have no complaints about the pattern so far. It's been very good, very concise, and one thing that they did do with the color changes that I really did like is that instead of like wordily telling you, oh, change the color here, change the color there, they instead were like, okay, when we want you to change the color, we'll just highlight it in a different color, so you know when to switch. I really appreciate that. Keeps it simple, keeps it concise. I love that. Some people really like it when they tell you, you know, change here, change there kind of thing. Not my cup of tea. I like it very simple. So far, he's been looking pretty good. So we're gonna keep working, and hopefully I will be back when maybe the head's done. We'll see. Okay, so this is where we are so far with the head. We're about to put in the eyes as the pattern calls for, but one thing I did forget to mention, this is a very nice crochet hook. Out of all of the two other kits, this is the best. It feels nice, works nice, has a good little grip. It's given me no problems, it's comfortable. I really like it, but we're going to be putting in his little eyes here. I think this is pretty good placing for them. We're of course going to use the white to highlight them, but I think I'm happy with that placing. So we're going to snap the backs on. Okay, now we got his little eyes in. It doesn't say to add the white yet, so we're probably going to save that for later. So, for the time being, we're just going to keep working on this. I may end up taking a break. I have a package that has compression gloves in it. We're going to see if this project starts hurting my hands or not, because I have been really wanting some I have been really wanting some compression gloves to help with my hands hurting. It's particularly like my left hand, because I'm constantly pinching stuff, which is an ergonomic no-no. I should not be doing that. But I also don't know how else to hold my projects, especially when I'm working with like tiny things. It seems to actually get worse when I work with like the plush yarn, just because like I think I have to grip the project harder, which puts more stress on my joints. So I am very excited for those compression gloves, and I may at some point stop to go get them, and if I do, you will certainly know about it. So we're going to go back into time-lapse mode. We're going to try and hopefully get the majority of this done unless I have any other thoughts. So I will see you when I see you. Okay, here he is all stuffed. You can't really see him, I don't think, in the light, because like the lighting's bad and you can't quite see his face really well, but he's so cute. He's just so jumbly. So this is how much stuffing was left over. So I'm kind of impressed. There was leftover stuffing. I thought it would just all go into the one, but this is definitely not enough to fill a second one. For sure not enough, but what can you do? It was like, I think this one was actually almost a $20 kit. If I'm remembering correctly, this was actually the most expensive. I think it was like maybe $17 when I bought it. Yeah. So, money spent. I'm not going to comment on how it was spent, but money spent. So now that we have the little body done, next we are going to be working on the legs. So we'll probably do another little time lapse, and hopefully, oh, I got distracted because I was reading like the leg thing, and the header is leg in parentheses make 8, and I was really confused for a second, but it make 8 for each dog, 4 for each dog, not, yeah, we're not making a spider wiener dog, hopefully. But okay, that being said, let's get started. Okay, we have got our first little foot done. And I will say, honestly, these feet are going to be a nightmare. Just because this yarn is so tiny, and I really don't like working with super small yarn, but it's going to be cute. Good job. Look how beautiful. So, I am probably, I don't know if I'm going to call it quits for the night, but I'm definitely going to stop recording, and I might continue to work on the feet. The tail and the ears all honestly look really, really simple. Like, really simple. So maybe we will be back later with more legs, but I may go ahead and start working on other things, and maybe I'll come back another day. Okay, it has been like a week since I started this. I have this much yarn left, and look at him. I did his little face details, and he is looking so cute. Just a little sausage right now though. But I did finish all of the little pieces. I can't really display them properly, but I got all of his little legs done and his little tail. I did also get the ears done, and because these are actually done pretty well, the pattern is like super cool. You go, after you make the initial shape, you single crochet all the way around it, and it just looks really nice. You can't really see it right now because this is black yarn, but I did end up, and I didn't do a very good job of it, I did end up blocking these in the hopes that they would lay flatter. You can see they still got like a little bit of a wiggle to them, which I'm fine with, but they were like super curved before, and now they're just a bit more flat, and I think they'll look a lot better once I actually do sew them on. So now that we got all of the pieces together, I've been waiting to sew him just so that we could do it on camera and put him all together. So I think we're probably going to go into time-lapse mode. And also, side note, I didn't have any issues at all with the pattern whatsoever with any of the legs or the tail or even really the body. This is a very solid pattern. This is so cute, and if I had the time for it, I would remake it in regular acrylic because this yarn is like super thin. Also, this is so covered in hair. I need to like wash my bedding. There's so much hair everywhere. But if I had time, I'd remake him in acrylic or even like plush yarn. I've been really wanting to do that, but I don't think I'll have time for this video. Let's get sewing though. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, I don't think you guys are ready for this. Look at him. Oh, he turned out so cute. I wish you could see the stitches a little bit better, but because he is black, you can't really see much of the detail, but he turned out so cute. I haven't given him a nose yet, and I don't know if I will, just because I don't think you're really gonna see it, and I think he looks fine without it, but he's so cute. And I did already make the other one. Look at him! He's not as cute, in my opinion, with the colors as the black and brown one, but they turned out so cute. Oh, I love them. This was a really good kit as far as SHEIN Crochet Kits go. So, in conclusion, this kit was not the worst, but it certainly wasn't the best. I definitely did not have enough stuffing. I had to use my own stuffing to stuff and finish this brown one because I simply just ran out. I was also super disappointed about the scissors. That was so sad to me. I was so excited for those, and for them to just not cut. It's like, why did you put that in there? Why? Why did you get my hopes up? But other than that, I think all of the other materials were pretty good. For some reason, with this dark brown yarn, it was like magnetized to like my hand, and it would just keep like, it was really annoying to work with. But the rest of the yarn was pretty standard quality for the SHEIN Crochet Kits. They frayed a lot, except for this black color. They must have used a different yarn. It was slightly thicker, didn't fray as much, and I had a much easier time working with the black yarn than I did with any of the others. The needle that they sent and the stitch markers, all really good. The pattern was definitely weird that they didn't send an actual pattern. They sent just the QR code. I don't really like that. I prefer to have my patterns physical, but I mean, the proof is in the pudding. I mean, he's so cute. I cannot wait to make more of them. They're so cute. Ah. Okay, and with the brown one, I did have an absolute overabundance of color left. I could probably maybe make another one out of the brown. I don't think I'd have enough black. Surprisingly, I thought there was more black than there was of the brown, but I guess they wrapped that one way more tightly. I don't have enough to make another one of the black ones. Not that I want to work with this yarn again anyway, but they also did give me way too much white. So I think this yarn is probably going to become stuffing for another project. But overall, I did really like this pattern. Out of all of the kits that I tried, this one was probably the best quality and probably my favorite. I did really like the hamster one, although I did find out that that was a stolen pattern. It was from what I've seen, like I found it on Pinterest again, and from what I've seen, it was a free pattern, but still got taken, got put into a kit. You know, I'm assuming that the person that made it isn't making money off of it, you know, which is really unfortunate. These are probably also maybe a stolen pattern. I don't know. I haven't found these ones out in the wild yet. But, oh, this is so cute. Okay, well, that concludes our little 3-part saga of trying SHEIN Crochet Kits. And I guess the moral of the story is you get what you pay for. They're not very good kits. I would not recommend them for beginners. They're just kind of lackluster. But sometimes, I guess 2 out of the 3 times, you can get a really good pattern out of it. Although, questionably source that you may be able to find the pattern elsewhere. So, was this worth it? No, I don't think it was worth it at all. But it was fun. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this 3-part series and the final conclusion. If you haven't seen any of the other videos, I will link them down below, or you can check out my channel and find them there. But thank you for watching. Bye!